Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Day we hustle, but the night we know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Day we hustle, but the night we boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy. Day we hustle, but the night we OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Day we hustle, but OG boy. Know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about.
Hello, on this Sunday morning, I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle, and we are back here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. And yes, most of my content has been all with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and again, the reason being is because Monday, tomorrow, in real life, Oshkosh Air Adventure 22, the world's largest airplane and aviation fly-in and air show, starts tomorrow. And so I have really gotten into Microsoft Flight Simulator here on the Xbox Series S. And so I wanted to make a bunch of content because in a week I am leaving in real life for 2 weeks. So I'll be gone. So I wanted to get some content up on my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's what I wanted to do, and so I'm focusing on Microsoft Flight Simulator. When I return in mid-August, then I know there's a game coming out called Way of the Hunter. I am a hunter, so I'm looking forward to that hunting game. And of course, we got Saints Row at the end of August, so we got some bigger games coming out that we will go ahead and start playing upon my return. But since I'll be gone for 2 weeks, and with Oshkosh starting, I wanted to go ahead and get some aviation content up on my YouTube channel, and so that is why I have been focusing mainly on Microsoft Flight Simulator here. I've really been enjoying it. If you've been watching any of my content on my YouTube channel, you can see that I am recreating in real life YouTube pilots' flights that they post on YouTube. So I've really been enjoying that. It just seems like a fun and thing to do because it's inspiring to watch their videos in real life and then recreate their flight plan and where they go. than in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But today we are here in Nephi, Utah. This is the discus glider that we have gotten in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox here. And so I have been flying around with that, kind of getting used to it and learning. So I wanted to go ahead and do it. I figured here, just a nice, easy, leisurely flight. But of course, we're going to have to catch some thermals, catch some ridge soaring and all that. We'll see how long we can stay up. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and jump here. Let's go ahead and reset that view. Let's jump in the cockpit. And so let's go ahead and do it. I have looked here at Nephi Soaring Club, I think, Soaring Association by a gentleman by the name, I think it's Bruno Vassel, maybe? Vassel? Looks like he is the president and stuff like that there of the Soaring Club in Nephi, Utah, which is just south of Provo, Utah, which is just south of the Great Salt Lake. And he's got a YouTube channel. I have been watching his YouTube channel for years. And he's got great content out there. So kind of recreating a flight, I guess you could say, of his. He's got some that he actually flies from Nephi and stuff to the Grand Canyon, does 750-kilometer triangle, which is the international standard to get, badges and all this kind of stuff, which is absolutely amazing. So, but we're not going to do that today. We're not going to do any type of track or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get in the air. So let's go ahead and close the canopy. Now on the PC, you can actually fly multiplayer with this and actually have a buddy who's actually your tow plane, because it has like almost like a grappling hook, like whichever airplane I think is in front of you, you can actually then just attach to them and then they can actually tow you up. So that's pretty cool. But for us, we are doing a winch launch, and I have watched on Bruno's channel that at their soaring club here in Nephi, Utah, they have an 800-foot electric winch now, seems like. So I think this is a fairly correct and real recreation of what we've got here. So I don't think we're going to be flying in any controlled airspace, so I'm not worried. It looks like a beautiful day. I'm not think we're worried about icing with the pitot tube or anything like that, so I'm not going to turn that on. I am going to go ahead and switch everything to standard units from metric. I am going to go ahead and go into our little map area here in our electronics. I'm going to keep the stick. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I am going to keep the stick there so that way you can actually see my control motions. We don't have any ballast in today. So we've got a little ballast because I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy in the cockpit, so we need a little bit of tail ballast. So I've got 25 pounds in the tail to counteract moi. So that's pretty cool that they have modeled that here in. But like I said, I'll leave the stick on there because that way you can actually see the stick motions. So basically, kind of give you a tour over here. This is the speed brakes, and so you can actually click on them and control them with the right stick. You can do that, which they are out there. I've got it on a button so I can actually. So there's spoilers. If we zoom in, we can check the controls. But we got controls for clear. This does not have flaps. The discus 2C here, so we don't have to worry about flaps. You saw me close the canopy. That is the release. That's our little battery master. These are our gear up and down. This is gear up and down. This is the dump ballast right there. Don't need any of that. So I'll just get in the cockpit set up here. So getting ready. So we've got that. We're going to zoom in here on our map. Oops, not what I wanted. There we go, zoom in. And I'm going to put our track on. And what that does is that you'll actually hear it, the variometer. So you hear beep, 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 as we go through lift and all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that's also is that it marks it on our map there. So we kind of get a track of where we think and where we were going up and where we were going down, so we can kind of keep track on our map. Where there's lift, my plan is try to get some lift and then get over there to the mountain, get on the ridge, and then maybe head north a little bit towards Salt Lake City and all that, and we'll see. We'll see what that gives us there. So you'll see the two varios here that we've got. So you'll be hearing those. Ventilation, everything's looking good. I don't think I'll need nav lights or anything like that. So yeah, so let's go ahead here and turn on, switch back over. This is the winch control. So you can now connect. Again, they've got 7,000 feet. I'm going to do 60 knots. And so they've got like a little, almost like a tracker. It's like a radar. So, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is just go ahead and do it by kind of, I guess I'll say sight. We're at 5,000 feet. So in case you also want to know, this altimeter, as you can see it right here. So we're at 5,000 feet. It'd be a lot of fun if we get to like 18,000 feet. That's like the max we can do. Oh, since we're not going to talk to air traffic control, let's go ahead and dial in 1202 on the transponder. There we go. 1202, that is us. Since we are a glider and we are not talking to ATC, we will go ahead and squawk 1202 on the old squawk box. All right, so we are hooked up. Let's go ahead and now switch back over. So this is the little winch control thing. Hit launch and away you go. And so I've got it set again for 7,000 feet at 60 knots. So we're going to want to maintain 60 knots on the way up. So yeah, that's let's see, what else can we do before we go? Well, let's go ahead and dial in. What have we got? We've got, we could actually listen to the weather, but there's no really weather here. I think the local weather, we can listen to maybe like Spanish Fork. Looks like 119, 275. So let's go here. 119 and over to 275. Oh. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we'll see. It looks like from the yaw string and we windsock. Yep, we got direct crosswind. It looks like here. So when we're going to want to compensate for that, or we're actually just going to drift over. So, all right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get the launch ready. Here we go. 40 knots, 50 knots, and that's about 55, so let's get into the wind. I'll turn down the vario here, there we go. There's 1,000 feet in altitude. Again, we're looking for about 60 knots here. There we go on the climb out, looking pretty good. I'll go ahead and bring the gear up. We are almost 1,500 feet. Looking good. Just about at the end of the runway. There's 2,500 feet. Nose is getting pulled over now. We're not getting any more speed. There we go. Let's go ahead and pop it off. So we got about 2,800 feet. Go ahead and get trim here. That's how the green knob is down there, trim. There we go. We got a nice launch. I like it. So that is, got some light lift. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down that. There we go. I can still hear it. I can also, so you can see it on the Vario again. We got a pretty nice day developing. It looks like maybe a little bit. We're not really gaining much. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. It seems like we launched right into just some light lift. So I'm gonna go ahead and head toward the ridge, because we've actually are just slightly gaining here, about 100 feet per minute on the Vario. You can see it right there. Average 1.3. I think it's about a 20-second average. I think is what it's giving us, something like that. Well, there's some good lift right there. And the sink. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, there's sink. Again, we're heading to this ridge. Here's what we're doing. We're gonna get to this ridge, and we'll probably then get some good lift, because we've got set for a nice summer day, and two, the wind is 270, so the wind is actually just coming right and hitting this ridge. There's some nice lift right there. Yep. Let's go ahead and turn back into that. See if we can circle in that lift, get some altitude here. Look over our shoulder, make sure we're not going to hit the mountain. But yeah, so the glider, it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. It's a challenge, so it kind of actually makes Microsoft Flight Simulator more of a game. You know, at least a challenge. So we've got some lift and some sink here. But everything's looking pretty good. We're slowly making some gains here. As you can see, we're now through 8,000 feet. 8,200. Maximum we can do, I guess legally, is 18,000 feet. I've never taken the glider that high, so I've basically been doing mostly ridge soaring here, practicing out of Nephi. That's where Bruno, again, I will put there is a link to Bruno's channel in the description below. You can take a look at that. So it's got just a nice easy average here, nothing really great, like 150 feet per minute. And go ahead and trim up a little bit so I don't have to pull back on the stick so much. Don't have to get a callus on my thumb. But yeah, if you look here on our little map, you can see all that green. That's where we were going up there. There we are. And our cool trainer livery there of the Discus 2C. This was created by a group called Got Friends. So if you're interested in that, either on the PC or on the Xbox here, it's our only glider that we've got available to us on the Xbox marketplace. But I've been, like I said, thoroughly enjoying it. All right, we're set up pretty good here. I think we're going to go one more circuit. We're coming up on 8,500 feet. Remember, we launched to just about 7,500, so we've already done about 1,000-foot gain. So it looks like you can see why Nephi here in Utah is just a sailplane mecca with this ridge right here. From my sailing days, if you look over our shoulder here as we come around this turn, make sure we don't hit the mountain. If you look, I mean, there's mountains out there, but it's got a pretty good fetch, so the wind coming out of the west can really hit these mountains really well and create a tremendous amount of ridge lift. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the glider up, get us going here, get some speed so we have some maneuverability, because we are going to ride this ridge here north out of Nephi, start heading up the Spanish Forks and Provo. So we'll be hitting the ridge lift, and we'll be hitting the sink in it and thermals. So here we are, just riding the ridge. You can still hear the Vario, so. Oh, there's some big lift right here. Let's go ahead and punch away from the ridge though a little bit so we don't. Bruno's also got videos about some of like his 2 turns that almost killed him video, and so kind of read that and watched that, and so don't want to recreate that. So you look at us going up, look at this going up, look at this, you can see that ridge, how we are just going up and up over that ridge, how we're climbing. Look at this, that is amazing. I still think we're a little, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do like a figure 8 here in this lift instead of just circle, because we are what, plus 7.6, that's like what, 700 feet per minute, something like that. We're definitely going to want to stay in this lift, because then we can work our way up to the top. Yeah. Yeah, this is some monster lift here. I think we can actually, if we wanted to, we could actually circle in it. Yep, we're above the ridge. There's that ridge I was worried about, but now we're a couple hundred feet above it. This mountain is almost at 12,000 feet. And we are now pushing almost 9,800 feet here that we've gained, circling right here on this ridge. Well, getting some sync. We need to find our lift. There it is. There it is. Might be a little bit further away from the cliff. Of course, we're in the glider. As we circle. If we just do constant rate circles, I mean, we're just gonna get blown away from our lift. Looking good. Wow, this is actually starting out to be one of the one of the better, or maybe even the best flights I've ever had in the glider. I mean, we're already passing through 10,000 feet. We're at 10,200. We found this monster lift right here. Well, for me, it's monster. I mean, we're averaging right now, but we were averaging, what, 600 feet, 700 feet per minute? All right, I'm going to shallow the turn. My plan is I'm going to kind of use this ridge. It's right off the nose, follow it out, then make a turn to the right and come back. And then we'll use the mountain now really as our ridge. Because before we were down there using that ridge. Whew. Monster lift, grab the tail. This is, look at that. Oh, in case y'all sure wondering, right there, this right there, that's That's a sunspot coming through the upper window here onto my green screen. So that's a little sunspot. It might grow and stuff as the sun comes up and as the clouds go in and out. I don't know what. I think we're pretty much a clear day here. We have just, look at this, we've almost, all right, so we're gonna, I think we're set up now pretty good. We're gonna use this ridge now to get to the top of the mountain. So here we go. Let's go ahead and set up. Let's go ahead and trim up. Just use this. Obviously we've got an out to the left, so we need to gain speed. Trim, trim, trim. I want to trim for about 70 knots now. So there we go, about 70 knots. There we are, look at that, right along that ridge. Top of the mountain. Yeah, having this glider has really changed Microsoft Flight Simulator here on the Xbox. It's really now made it more a challenge, more of a game. And again, I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle. So, oh, I'm in sync. Let's get some speed going. There we go. Just riding this ridge right up. Look at that. Look at that, 400 feet per minute, just riding the ridge up. Amazing. Big lift right here on the ridge. Woo! I was wondering if we need to make a turn, but we're going to clear this ridge, no problem. Woo! Again, big lift. All right, let's turn out. Go ahead and have some fun here on this. I'm going to go ahead and trim nose down for some speed. We've got good lift here on this ridge. Speed up. Now 80 knot ridge soaring. See the trail on the ridge there for hikers and stuff. 85, 90 knots. Now we can look over the back. Look at that. Look at the back side of the ridge. Oh. Oh. You can turn off the yaw string. That's what was displaying there. Look at there's the ridge down just below the right nose there, or left nose. That's where we were on the last pass this way. What does Bruno call in his videos? It's an elevator ride. He's just taking the elevator ride up. What are we at? We're coming up on 12,000 feet. Way down there. There's where we winch launched up. There's Nephi way down there. I think that's the top of the mountain. Here, this is top of the mountain. Who knows? We're at the top of the mountain. That's all I can say. Looks like there's trails on there, huh? All right, let's make one more pass, then we'll go north. Yeah, we just passed through 12,000 feet. I think this is about 11,500 is the top of the mountain here. There's Nephi. There's where we went along, 7 miles away. We went from 5,000 feet to 7,500 feet in our winch launch. Now here we are at 12,300 in a monster lift here at the top of the mountain. Amazing. But we're gonna keep riding the mountain ridge here. At some point we're gonna need to put on our oxygen, I think. There is oxygen here that we can put on. Yeah, I don't know if it really does anything, but at least it makes a noise for us. All right, I am not in any need, I think, of the Vario right now. I think I know where we need to be. So we're actually just going to continue to do like figure eights here right on the mountain. I really think there's a big wave right here shooting right up the mountain. We've been averaging here 400 feet per minute, looks like, roughly. Coming up on 13,000 feet. Gonna go ahead and extend out a little bit further from the mountain face here. See what the lift looks like. Maybe just get the view. Just enjoy the view. Look at that. Oh yeah. Now we're averaging 500 feet per minute last 20 seconds. Amazing. It's amazing. I mean, look at the view now. There's right off the nose, that's Utah Lake. Looking up Spanish Forks and Provo. Those way off in the distance, those high mountains at what, like 12,000 feet, something like that. That's up by Salt Lake City. Got plenty of height, so I'm just going to go nice, easy, lazy turn here. We're kind of almost in. Right now, we're at neutral air, but I think as we come back around, we're going to go back positive. So there we go. So we can just enjoy the flight here. I'm just going to go ahead and try to trim up, save my thumb, so I don't have to hold back stick so much. There we go. Go ahead and just shallow the turn out. Just enjoy the flight. But yeah, over there, 10 o'clock. There's Nephi going out of view. Right over there is Nephi. That's where we took off. Out looking west. Out over there by Windover, way out there. That's where we flew and recreated the flight for Corey Robbins' flight. You see that also on my YouTube channel below. But here we are, just at 60 knots, just kind of loitering out here, just getting lift, passing through 13,000 up. up around 13,400 feet. I'm not sure what mountain this is. Is this Mount, like, is this Nebo or is this somewhere else? I don't know. All right, now we're actually, I'm looking down at the Vario and I can see that we are in some monster lifts. So I'm gonna tighten up the circle here. We're gonna take this thing, see how high we can take this, circle in it. We're clear of the mountaintop. We're passing through 13,600 feet. And then whoa. Lost connection. That happens, it'll come back on here and just tell me I lost connection to the, see, there it is. Happens regularly on the Microsoft Xbox servers. All right, passing through 13,750 feet. I think we need to, we're in major sink here. I think we need to stretch back out, get in front of the mountain here. Gonna go a little bit more to the west. There we go. There we go. Oof. 13, coming up on 13,800 feet. All right, let's start traveling a little bit. So let's head north up here to Spanish Fork. So we can actually see, you know, the ridge lines here that we can use. Out over here, I know that there is a place in one of Bruno's videos where he had to basically outland over here. I think it's like South Valley Air Park or something like that. Not South Valley Municipal, it's like South Valley Air Park or something like that. So I know we can work our way to the far side of Lake Utah, or Utah Lake, but then straight ahead is Spanish Forks. And Provo Municipal are out right off the nose. But right now we're at 13,900 feet. Started with a winch launch at 7,500 feet from 5,000 feet, because Nephi Municipal, which is over our shoulders here. So there's Nephi Municipal way down there in the valley. That's where we winch launched from. I am just following this ridge line here. I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of a left turn. I want to stay kind of like right on top of the ridge. So we'll do a little bit. We'll just use these mountains here. We're in some sink now, aren't we? Let's get out of this sink, huh? Let's go ahead and trim this for about 80 knots, something like that, 80, 90 knots, and let's get out of this sink. Let's cross over to that ridge that's right off the right nose here. Back down to 13,000 feet, that's all right. Like I said, we'll do some traveling. Maybe we'll do a flight, man. We'll see how far we can actually get here in 3 hours or so. Slow here. Let's go ahead and keep that nose down. We want to, these gliders super efficient. So some gliders have up to like a 50-to-1 glide ratio. There we go. Now we're coming up. You can actually see the point of interest label there, Spanish Fork. That is the home of Paydies, you know, with Scrappy and Draco and all those flying cowboys. If you haven't seen the Paydy brothers, especially was it Mark Paydy videos? Maybe it's Mike Paydy. I'm not sure. I think it's. Oh, his build is just—they're absolute wizards of what they build and stuff. Just amazing. All right, we're kind of back into some lift here a little bit. Out over this ridge now. You can see it's what we wanted to do. That was the plan. Like I said, then we'll make a right turn. Let's see if we can find some pretty good lift here. I think we've got some pretty good lift. Go ahead, trim. Get a little slower here. Trim. Trimming now for about 60 knots. Try to stay in this thermal. Looks like there was some pretty good lift right here, but I'm kind of getting out of it now. We got an average of a plus, but I haven't really been able to core out the. There we go. I might need to extend out here a little bit, so I'm going to shallow out the turn. See if I can find the core of this thing. Doing pretty good though. We're making some good gains here. We got a good thermal here. There we go. We got a good thermal here. So I'm going to go ahead and reverse that turn here and see what happens. Just nice, easy. Got 60 knots. Got an average gain of 4, so almost 4. So let's trim. Passing through 13,500. All right, looking good. Continue to go up on this ridge here that's just below us. Making good gains off this ridge. Thermal's getting just hits and just whoosh, right up the ridge. We are now maybe what 14 miles away from Nephi here since we have been flying. The last about 35-40 minutes. We are in a excellent thermal right here. We're gonna use this for everything she's got. We're averaging about 300 feet per minute, passing through 14,000 feet. Went ahead and, like I said, I turned off the Vario so I don't have to hear beep, 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 beep all the time. Ooh. All right, I think we need to extend to the west here a little bit. I'm going to reach out to the west, get out over here, see if we can find a thermal that's popped off here rather than off the ridge. Seems like this is the better, where the thermal's at, a little bit farther to the west here, like we're doing. I'm just gonna shallow turn it. Looks like it's a big, pretty big lift here. There is Spanish Forks and Provo out there, and then the big mountains just southeast of Salt Lake City. But that lake right there, that's Utah Lake. That's not the Great Salt Lake. All right, looks like now we've gone way too far away from the ridge, and well, we've just popped in another thermal, it looks like. So we'll just, seems like this is just the easy thermal to circle in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a nice easy thermal. I'm gonna go ahead and trim. There we go. I am flying on the controller. I'm just using trim. Of course, we're gonna get bounced around here as we go in and out of lift, and it lifts the nose, lifts the tail. That way I can enjoy my coffee. If you're interested in supporting my channel, you can always buy, oh look at that. There's so much green here in the, with yellow, it disappears. You can buy me a coffee, link in the description below. So you can buy me a coffee, or if you're interested in buying yourself your own coffee, I got an affiliate link down there to Coffee Brand Coffee. So you got all kinds of different roasts, teas, hot chocolate. So go ahead and check them out. But here we are, just nice circling, coming up on 14,500 as we just find this kind of just, it's kind of in and out right now, the lift. But we're making net positive, so I figure we just go ahead and here before we start to travel. And I say, I mean, I've got Sky Vector up right here, so we could, like I said, we could travel. We could try to go. I don't know. Bruno went to the Grand Tetons. I mean, that's like a couple hundred miles. But I don't know if he left from Nephi or if he left from Logan, which is already north of Salt Lake City. All right, with these easy turns with us like this, we're just getting blown back, and I can see by our track that we're getting blown back into sync. All right, so what I say we do, I say we come over here and we see that mountain right there. Oh, there's another player, the Uncivil Cloth. And I say we go to that mountain right over there. All right, trim. .75 knots, and just head over there. We got this excellent glide ratio here in this Discus 2C. So we'll just head over, gain some speed, leave our ridge right there, and head to this mountain. Play on this, see what we've got. That's amazing. You know, that's one other thing. I mean, because you can really, with the, just with the glider, since it's, you know, it's a basic design, doesn't have the flaps, doesn't have all, like, you know, hardcore electronics, you know, like you really can get, doesn't, so it's really, you know, VFR, you know, it's nice and easy and stable. So it is, like I said, a challenge. So it just brings kind of gaming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'll just say it. If you're out there, if you're interested in get it, this is payware, the glider. But if you're interested in something that is just a kind of a, you know, a fun challenge and just nice, easy flying, I think I'm going to have to organize. Maybe I'll reach out to Microsoft Flight Simulator official on like Twitter, and maybe like CDL, who's a community manager, and maybe see about doing like a community fly-in here with gliders for those people who, you know, who buy the glider and stuff like that. So, but I mean, there is on the PC, there is, I think, a freeware, but not for us on Xbox with the marketplace and stuff. So they do give us free stuff, don't get me wrong. You do have free aircraft on the Xbox, but I think they gave us an F-18 because of the movie Top Gun Maverick, and so they do give us free stuff, and it's a lot of fun, and you get great airplanes just to begin with the basic Microsoft, you know, package. All right, we're back into some nice, easy, average 200 feet per minute lift. So now that we're working this ridge line here, we'll just keep going up toward Provo. I'm going to just keep using these mountains here. And where are we at? Since we did that, we're at 13,500. So we're basically almost made very little loss coming back from our little ridge over there. 70 knots. But they give you great airplanes. And they give you, like I said, the glider, so the pay wear. And I mean, it's only, you know, it's, I don't know what this was, maybe 15 bucks, I think, something like that. And you get a bunch of neat liveries with it. So I like the trainer one just because, I don't know, I like the trainer one. Got as we go through lift and turbulence. I love the flex of those wings. Oh, I've also programmed in, so now I can toggle the drone camera. Now I can toggle it on and off with, there we go, look at that, that is nice. And then I can, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What is it, right here? I can change views. Here we are. Bravo 4, that's Bruno's plane, Bravo 4. We got these different camera views. Very nice. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do again. It is, there we go. Actually not, the drone's great, but what we want is like that view. There we go, look at that. Tail view. Then we go back cockpit, there we go. All right, messing around with the cameras there, we've lost some altitude. We're below 13,500 now. Yeah. But there's Spanish Fork. We'll just continue to use these steep mountains right here. We'll just go ahead and continue. We don't have to worry about any airspace right now. Of course, this is Microsoft Flight Sim. We don't have to worry about airspace in it at all. But if we're going to kind of be, you know, realistic. So, we're definitely in some sync now. Averaging a 400 down. So we'll get over here and see if we can get some lift off this ridge and work our way up there. Then, yeah, I might have to get on the old. We can skirt up. I think we can skirt up along Salt Lake City. Just follow these ridges here. Yeah, I can see their airspace. I mean, in all reality, I think we're within the where we kind of need to be talking to them, but. We're squawking 1202, they see us. There we go, there's our ridge. Like I said, we'll just follow it. We got this nice west wind. I can see the wind here, it's right there, that arrow. So I think that probably is like relative wind, something like that. I'm not really sure what it actually is, but I kind of get an idea of. So, like I said, these ridges should be pretty good for us. Not only do we have thermal, but we also have got then ridge activity. So But at now, since we're at almost back to what, 13,000. I mean, if we could just maintain 13,000. It's not necessarily gaining up to, you know, going to 18,000 feet or something like that, which would be amazing to do. But I just don't see a big development of clouds right now, so. But she's trimmed up, man. It's just. Yeah, we'll just use the ridge line, just fly up here towards Salt Lake City from Nephi. Go play with those big mountains right off the nose. I don't know if they're actually any taller than what's right here. I mean, they're all about 11,000, 11 and a half, 12,000 feet, so. And you can see out there, again, there's out over there, that's Spanish Fork. Like I said, the Patey brothers. With Scrappy and Draco and all those in real life, but they haven't given us any of their planes yet, like Turbulence or Scrappy or Draco. They might be on for the PC, but not on the Xbox yet. So just cruising along here at 75 knots, kind of just a neutrally buoyant air, as we just now. Again, we took off way out there. You can see that little dot right above the canopy. That's the point of interest for Nephi. So we're like, what, a good 30 miles or something like that, 20 miles, 25 miles. So it's been a great flight so far. Like I said, I was gonna just do a flight, see where it took us, and you know, I put a limit of 3 hours, so I figured that would take me to lunch real time for me. So started at 9. But yeah, if you're interested, like I said, it's you can go ahead and, you know, chat about the actual model. I do like that they made it where you could actually leave the aircraft with the normal camera, because you can get some pretty cool, then, you know, photos. And you can also recreate, you know, or you can examine the model. So yeah, it looks really, really nice. And you do have oxygen you can turn on back here, and so you hear the little, every once in a while, little as it spits out oxygen. Go ahead. I'm gonna stay on the leeward side. Or sorry, not leeward, windward side here of the mountains. Actually, I see something I kind of want to do. You know, I know we're just soaring, we're having a good time. We've already gone from, you know, 7,500 feet on the launch. Now we're at just coming back up on 13,000 feet. But it would be pretty fun. Well, we need to take a look. I need to take a look. I've never flown up here before, so. What we're going to do is we're going to come out here. I'm going to take a look at this. Now, we might do like a fast pass through this valley and then like shoot out. Yeah, like get down low to see like the trail or the road down there. Yeah, because this thing will zoom, man. This thing's like 160 knots, like max. Where you probably get flutter in the wings. Yeah, we could run that ridge. That's just below the nose there. And then pop out and then just work on gaining more altitude. That sounds like a plan. Huh? Yeah. There we go. Kind of just do a nice. Again, you can't stall an airplane that's under 0 G's. 110 knots. Was that 120 knots? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we got some fun down here in this valley here, and then we just shoot out and just gain some more height. You know, just work it, work it, work it. Trim, trim, trim. Let's have some fun here. We've done some nice traveling here already, but this looks like some real steep. I think we'll be able to get some good lift off this and get back to what we wanted to do. But here we are, what, 120 knots? 120 knots in a glider. Look at this. Oh. That are 30 knots. See, my sunspot's getting bigger there on my green screen. Ooh, 140 knots. Go to my little, there we go. 130 knots. Go ahead and buzz this right here. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's some monster lift too that we've been flying in and out of here. I've been watching the Vario. Wow. that was amazing. Imagine doing that in real life. Oh. All right. Back down to just over 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead, trim, trim, trim. Look at this. There's some lift here too. Look at this. Wow. Just some big lift here. You want to hear the lift? Oh, of course I say that now. Look over our shoulder to make sure we don't smash into the mountain. No, look at this. Look at this going up. Look at this going up. Look at this. You can see. Look at the land behind the mountain as we just... averaging what, 600 feet per minute, something like this. We were down, look how before the turn we were way down low below the ridge. Oh, monster lift here. Monster lift. Wow. We are going to take this lift. Trim, trim, trim. Save my thumb a little. That we're already passing through 12,000 feet again. We're getting blown back over. We need to come back around here. We're going to need to shallow the turnout. We're not in the monster lift anymore. I mean, we're still making great average gains, don't get me wrong. See if we can go find that monster lift. There it is. Well, we're gonna ride this back up. Come on. Come on. Oh. Trim, trim, trim. There we go, got nice trim. Look at this, already almost passing through 13,000 feet now. Come on. Take the lift. Take me up to where I belong. Oh, how I have slipped the surly bonds of earth. But can you imagine though, getting a fly-in together with the glider, just a bunch of gliders just flying around? Oh, I just participated in my first community fly-in, official Microsoft community fly-in on Friday, and we flew from South Bend, Indiana, over Chicago and up into Oshkosh, so Whitman Field, and that was so much fun. We were on Discord and we're all talking because we're all into flight sims and aviation, airplanes and all this kind of stuff, and so it really put a whole new level of experience on Microsoft Flight Simulator to do multiplayer and fly around and talk to each other and all that kind of stuff. So hey, if there's anybody out there that's interested in the gliders and all this, come talk to me, subscribe, click that like button if you do, come join me in a future live stream. Alright, I think we need to head this way now. I'm just gonna go ahead and reach out over the city here, see if we can get some big gains. Just slow down here, 60 knots. Just let it take us up. There we go. No. Take me up. All right, let's go ahead and come out here now. Continue to circle up in this monster lift. We're gonna see how this might be able to take us to. Well, my 14,000 was a record. Now we're gonna go to 15,000. So I think this lift will take us there. We're averaging right now 400. Super coffee. All right, we're coming to. Nope. 14, back to 14,000. Out there, Heber City, on the backside of the mountains there at Salt Lake City. The big Uintas out there. Now at 10 o'clock. We just continue to circle here in this big lift. You can see our map down there is basically just green down there, a little track, as we are just circling in lift here. Really don't have, like I said, a good idea of the cloud bases, so I think we're gonna need after this turn we're gonna straighten out. We're gonna go north. I'm gonna go to the next ridge. I think we've used this one for not for all she's worth. No. This has been good lift right here. But we want to travel. We want to move. We want to see what we can actually do here with the glider. So there we go. There we go. There's north. Look at that. Look at that ridge right there. Or that mountain. Oh yeah. That's where we want to go. All right, nose down. Pick up some speed. Trim. All right, here we go. I mean, if it wants to take us up, we'll let it take us up. But we're just gonna keep traveling. We're just gonna bust through. Okay, we're still going up, averaging 2.5. Take us on up. Take us on up. Whoa, big! You see that? It was like 12 up. Wow. Wow. Okay, since we're traveling, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. We're gonna go ahead and travel here to this next ridge. This is amazing. $14,700. Still got net gains up as we just kind of slow travel over here at 65 knots to the next ridge. So if you come over here, here we go. See, 65, 70, and then we're still got net positive. We got average positive. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Still got net positive. Bruno, what'd you say? Elevator ride, man. Elevator ride to the top. Now we're getting a little bit of sink here now as we cross out over this, just the valley here. You get back over here to this ridge here. We'll probably then get some more lift. Let's go ahead and nose down, get some speed here, get out of this. We don't want to stay in the sink. Let's go ahead and bust through it and get out of it. There we go, 80 knots. 80 knots, head over this next mountain ridge. Pretty big sink though, so we cross over here. Of course, where there's monster lift, there's got to be monster sink, right? I mean, that's how it works. Look at these mountains. Oh, got a little slow there. There we go. Now we're back to, so we're at 14,400. We'll use these, see if we can get some lift here. Wow. Yep, we're back on this mountain. I mean, I see some monsters up there, but I got monster lift, monster sink here. Now that we're on this ridge here, maybe in a big wave or something like that from the wind. Let's go ahead and just go left here and see if we can. See if we can get to 15,000 feet here. Like I said, you can't turn on oxygen. If we start to black out, then we need to go back there and turn on the valve real quick. A little bit of trim, just getting a nice easy turn here. Just on top of this, see what we can get from this mountain here. Getting that heat coming, then boo, that heat goes right up the, whether it be ridge or whether it just be thermals that just then break loose. Then again, I don't have much indication here of good clouds. Kind of a neutral air right now. Salt Lake City coming off of the wingtip, right? That point of interest dot right above the winglet. Now that's actually where Corey Robbins' base with Ghost out there at South Valley Municipal. All right, this is not as productive as I thought it was going to be. Of course, we're at 14,600, so I don't know where the thermals are actually going to just kind of top out at, where the bases are going to top out at right here. It's hard for me to tell. It looks like we've got more height to go where those clouds are at. So yeah, I say we just travel on. We've kind of got a neutral air here. We just go ahead and keep traveling up the ridge line here towards Salt Lake City. Instead of, I mean, unless we just find like a monster thermal. I said we just kind of slow cruise here, just 60 knots, and just enjoy the flight, the view. There we go, huh? Amazing. See, that's drone view. I don't have control of the glider when you're in drone view like this. So this is just our drone flying along with us. Look at that though. Amazing. Oh, we just busted through 15,000 feet and I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, we're in some monster lift, that's why. Oh yeah, we're gonna follow these mountains up. Woo-hoo. Monster lift. Alright, so let's take a look here. We can come up here, follow these mountains up, ridge up, Field of Dreams. And then Morgan County. Alright, let's go ahead, trim. I'm gonna look down here, trim. Get some speed going here. We're gonna travel for a bit. We're gonna use up some of our height here since we're at 15,000 feet. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the glider actually just settle into its trim state here. So I've got trim set. I'm just gonna let it settle, so it's gonna do its oscillations for this trim setting. As you can see, right down here is the trim setting. So it looks like about that trim setting is right around about 75 or so knots. Let's go ahead and give more down trim. Of course, when you add trim, it'll pitch down and gain speed, then so it'll oscillate. So we're going to kind of help it here a little bit, and then let it kind of settle out. Now see that under that speed, it's going to climb. So I'm thinking this trim setting might be about, I'm going to say about 90 knots. I'm going to hold it right here about 90 knots, then come off the stick, and now let it just kind of settle now. Oscillations won't be as big, but of course as we hit thermals and lift and all that, that's gonna, but here we are now cruising at about 90 knots, a little less than 90 knots, and yeah, so about 85 knots. We're just gonna go ahead and leave our ridge, and we're just gonna use our height now. We're just gonna travel for a bit. As we bust through thermals and we gain lift and all that, great. We'll just let it take us up, let it do its own thing, just kind of see what we get here. Again, if you go on Bruno's channel, link in the description below, you can watch some of his videos and stuff. But absolutely amazing flights. The distances that he does. He's flown from Nephi down to the Grand Canyon. Amazing. Pretty funny, even my blue shirt here is somewhat transparent here in the old green screen. Not really sure why that is, but it is. Let's see if I can play around with that. See, is it under filters? Yep, chroma key. There we go. I think I just had too much similarity on or something. There, now I'm not so transparent. Now look at that. You see us getting bounced around. We're still at 14,500. Now we're gonna hit probably some lift here, and like I said, we just got it trimmed up. I'm just gonna let Bravo 4 here just do its thing. Woo. turbulence there. Lift and turbulence. Woo! Do a wingman view, just make sure like our wings not broke off. Oh, we're in some monster sink here. All right, let's go ahead and work our way to the edge of the ridge. All right. Well, with that, I am going to take just a. I want to see here. I think this should. Let's see what happens real quick. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, need to put that in there. There we go. Oh no, need to put that there. There we go. Well, I'm going to take just a little stretch break, but the nice thing about the glider is to move my stretch break, I don't have to leave the stream, so I will still be here. But we are just going to work this up here. We got out of that monster sink, and we're just going to work this up. We're going to work our way north here. And so, yeah, I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to continue to fly. I'm just going to stand up here in real life and stretch. So I will be back in just a bit. All right, feels good to get up stretch. Of course, I've got to in real life because I've got lateral scoliosis. Getting old. I got oldness. That's what I've got. All right, but yeah, we're just using our altitude here. We're down now, what, 13,000 feet from our 15,000 feet. So we're just using our altitude, just travel along here, working our way up along Salt Lake City, out there where Drummer Boy's at, another human pilot. This is all Salt Lake City here. Everything is looking good. Got a 15 miles out there is the Sky Park. That is what it's called, Sky Park. We could land there. I'm sure from this altitude we could just drop the nose and just shoot out there 15 miles, no problem. Probably ought to think about finding some. We got plenty of altitude here, but probably ought to think about finding some lift out there. That's Antelope Island. We flew out there when we recreated Corey Robbins' flight, going out to the desert and in the X-Cub out there. That's Antelope Island. We took off out of South Valley right there. There is Salt Lake City. Looking good, just cruising along here. What, 90 knots? 90 knots in a glider. Then I guess I could use Sky Vector here and delete the waypoint. And let's see, we took off out of Nephi. Now we're up here by Salt Lake City. Whoa. Pay attention what's going on. Head in the cockpit there, Mike. And now we're up here by Salt Lake City. So we've gone 62 miles. Yep. There's the stadium. That's on the VFR chart. Let's see here. VFR chart says about 11,000 feet is what we need to be concerned about. So when we get down here to, we're just about to get to 12,000 feet. Maybe we cross this little ridge that's coming up to us. We might need to start thinking about finding some more lift. Might be pretty interesting because there's two airports that I've really seen Bruno fly out of. One is Nephi, then up north here is Logan. So I guess we could actually maybe try to see if we can get up here to Logan. Where is that? There's Logan up here. Yeah, that might be a pretty good flight, but that's still quite a ways. Like I said, in Bruno's glider, the ASW, he's got flaps. He doesn't just have speed brakes. He's got flaps and stuff, so he can really slow down and change the airfoil shape on his glider. That would be amazing to have. But this right here is just for a basic glider and stuff. I have to say this is top notch. This is thumbs up because it is amazing. Yeah, we've kind of been averaging. See down here, we'll need to think about finding some. I think we'll need to start thinking about finding some lift here, because Sky Park is at 4,000 feet. So I think if down around 10,000 feet, I'll find some more lift, and doesn't look like these mountains are as dramatic as what we had back by Nephi in terms of the ridge lift. So I'm thinking we're gonna need to find some lift. We're kind of on the back side of this ridge, so I think once we get on top of this ridge that we're coming up to, but again, we always have Sky Park to fall back to if we need to. It says on the VFR chart somewhere out here, there it is, Field of Dreams. So we've got that too out there, 10 miles. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and trim. Slow us down just a little bit here, so in case we find some lift, we don't bust right through it here, because we're coming on top of this ridge. And I'm thinking with the wind, once we get a little bit further here, we might find something here. But you can definitely see how these mountains are not as dramatic as and tall as the ones back there. So, but I think up here, I mean, I would imagine out here by Logan, one of the reasons why, you know, he flies out of Logan is because there's quite a bit of dramatic ridge up here too, I would think. So we shall see. I'm just looking over here at the VFR chart. A lot of neat places to explore though up in these mountains. Bye bye Salt Lake City. Like power, you know, power line. What's that like straight line there going up the mountain? It's interesting. I guess let's see if we can dial in the Salt Lake City Sky Park 122.8. Let's see 124.75. Let's go ahead. Okay, so we still got it.
Visibility, niner. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 270.
Hot day, windy day.
Altimeter, 3080. Kilo Sierra Papa Kilo, automated weather observation, 1900 Zulu. Wind, 259er at 28. Visibility, niner. Sky condition, clear.
Salt Lake Airport information, Tango 1900 Zulu. Wind 259er at 28.
Yeah.
Visibility, niner. Sky condition, clear.
So we still got the western blow.
2.13. Altimeter 30.80. ILS runway tree for right, ILS runway tree for left, and visual runway tree 5 in use. Landing and departing.
Everything seems to be. So we still got this western blow, so the ridge should work out here. 80, yep, okay, pressure hasn't changed, so we're good there. Altimeter is still set. All right, we are now below 10,000 feet here, or coming up on 10,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and come back on the old trim, get used for some soaring. Slow us down a little bit here as we now really need to start looking for some lift, I think. But we have passed Sky Park. Got Field of Dreams out on the backside here, over here at 6 miles. We could easily get to that. Just gonna go ahead and head over here toward Hill Air Force Base. It could pose a little bit of a problem for us in terms of airspace violation. Basically is that the airspace, really we're in the airspace because the airspace actually follows the ridge line, so we're actually inside the controlled airspace. If we would climb above 12,000 feet, we would then be above the airspace, but we're actually in the airspace right now. Shh, don't need to tell anybody that, we're good. Just cruise along here like 70 knots, try to just try to continue to progress to the north. I figure we try to get to Logan. I think that would be probably a good challenge. to use the glider, take off at Nephi, and go to Logan, which is... let's see here. Total of like 120 miles. Yep, 123 miles to Logan. So basically, like almost like right now, since I wasn't paying attention, right now we're like skirting the airspace. So I think we're going to need to find some lift. So I'm going to go ahead and it's like we went through some lift, huh? Oh, there's somebody else in the Dano Man. Somebody else in the discus. Alright, looks like there's some lift around here. We need to find it. Yeah, we're not in the lift right now. We're in sync. Let's get the hell out of the sink. There's some lift. A little bit of lift. I think the best bet is to still get to this ridge. I still think that's the plan. Can you imagine though? All of a sudden be like, okay, we're diverting to Hill Air Force Base to land. Hey, safe. They can scramble some jets. Escort us in. Right now we are in sync. Let's get to this ridge. I think we're gonna find some lift here. I mean, we got this west wind coming here, coming right off the lake. Come on, hitting this mountain, you know there's got to be lift. But it actually would be a lot of fun if we had flaps, so that way, like in Bruno's videos, you can actually see him dumping the flaps as he hits lift. Slows down, changes the airfoil with the flaps. Come on. But that was pretty neat. Where was that? Dano back there in the discus? Yeah. What's up, Dano man? 1122. Alright, got some net positive here, so that's Average positive. Let's see if we can find that lift here. See if we can core it out. Got to. It's not real strong lift. There we go. To the trail up there on the top of the mountain. Wave to the hikers. What's up, people? Yeah, it's not real strong. It's not real strong lift here. But it's lift. So it's going to take us a while. Come on. Yeah, it's not worth. This is not. I don't think worth it to sit here and try to, with a net of like 50 feet per minute. Ooh, oh. There was some good lift. We were just right on the edge of it. It's not. There we go. Here we go. All right, I think we got found some better here. This is better. More better. At least, like I said, we're making gains here. That's the main thing. All right, we're gonna run here though. Yeah, we were like on the back side of it or something. I'm not really sure. Ooh. There's some big sink and big lift though. All right, we're going to stay away from the top of the ridge, be on the windward side here of the ridge, continue to work our way north. See if we get some plus here, run about 70 knots. There we go. There's some big. Let's see if we can capture that. There we go. Come on. No, 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 no. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Morgan County over there if we need to skedaddle over to Morgan County. Oof, it's really... It goes from monster lift to monster sink. All right, let's go ahead and put the nose down. Let's go ahead and run some more. So there's Hill Air Force Base. They're gonna scramble the jets on us since we're in their airspace. Oof. Big lift, big sink. We made some gains, about 1,000 feet, so we'll use that to our advantage. And now we're in some pretty good lift here, running this ridge. Heading up to Logan, Utah. Like I said, we got this west wind coming out here, and so I figured just following this ridge right along here would just keep us aloft. It just Ogden Hinckley. Yep, there it is right there on the VFR chart. Got it. So yeah, we're just gonna follow this ridge line. I see it on the VFR chart even too. We're gonna come up to Brigham City. Once we get to Brigham City, I think we're gonna need to make kind of a right turn around the mountains. I think over there at 1 o'clock, that's actually Logan out there. So unless we find some real good lift, and then if we want to try to go straight shot to Logan, to go direct Logan. But there's Hill Air Force Base. All right, trim, trim, trim. We got Dano Man back there still in the discus. That is amazing. That Dano Man is back there in the discus, flying out of Nephi too. That's cool. It looks like he's flying out of Nephi. So yeah, we're just going to use our height here and just travel along. What's up, Rex? Yeah, I'm in the long wings today. You got that right. Let's go. Look at that. Look at this. Long old wings. Sexy long old wings. Look at that, huh? Wow. I'm kind of in Hill Air Force Base airspace, so they might be like scrambling. I'm squawking 1202, so I think all's good. I don't think they're gonna come after us. But there we are. Look at that, huh? So we've gone like 100 miles here. I've been up in the air, took off from Nephi, and we've been flying now for almost 2 hours. From a launch of a 2,500 foot launch. So we launched from 5,000 feet up to 7,500 feet on a winch launch out of Nephi, Utah. And now we just passed Salt Lake City, Hill Air Force Base, and I'm trying to get up here to Logan. Down in the description below, kind of inspiration of a in real life YouTuber who flies gliders out of Nephi, Utah, Bruno Vassel, maybe is his name. And so you can actually see some of his videos and stuff like that. So that's the inspiration. And so we're just kind of flying the ridge. There's just a beautiful ridge. We got a west wind, summer day. So we're just following this ridge. There's some good lift. Just following this ridge all the way up to Logan, Utah. Logan's also where he flies out of too every once in a while on some of his videos. So I figured we'd just fly up there. I've kind of put a cap, see how long we can stay up. It's been a beautiful flight. We caught some monster lift right off the not right off the launch. We had to go to the ridge, and we went all the way up to like 15,000 feet. Right now we are at 11,600 feet, just following the ridge, and we decided to just go ahead and travel. There's somebody else back here in a discus glider. Dano Man is back there. I hope he's enjoying flying the discus as much as I am. But we're just traveling here, pretty much maintaining altitude. There's just a lot of great lift along this ridge. So, but man, some of the videos that Bruno has done on his In Real Life YouTube channel, again, link in the description below. I mean, he's flown from like Logan or Nephi, Utah, all the way up to like the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. He's flown south all the way and back to like the Grand Canyon, like 5-6 hours. So, but here we are now. We're at 11,500. We're just traveling, so we're just kind of busting through the lift as we go through it. Not really circling anymore. Just stretching out. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the glider. It makes a whole nother element to Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially here on the Xbox Series S, because I'm just a gamer, so I'm flying with the controller. And it's fun, it's easy, it makes it more kind of game to me. So yeah, it's just, I'm really enjoying it. So it is payware, so in case you're interested in it, it is payware. There's a lot of functionality from the PC that we lose on the Xbox. There we go, some big lift. Here, a circle in that lift. I'm gonna see if I can get some. There we go. That beeping is the variometer. I have it turned on right now. We can turn that off if it gets kind of too annoying here. Let's circle back, see if we can find that lift. No, we're nothing in sync. Oh, that was a waste. There's some lift. Guess it looks like maybe it was closer over to here. I don't know. Yeah, I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. Also, I turned on this mode because I think, nope, it's gone now. I had a sunspot up here on my green screen. All right, let's see what we can do. I say we risk it for the biscuit. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim up for speed. So trim up here. Let's accelerate here. I like that. I like what I see with these mountains over here. They look a little more sharp for the ridge. So we're gonna go ahead and just use some of our height here since we're at 11,400. And now just accelerate. We're at about 85 knots now. And just use that and just accelerate to this next ridge here. See if we can find some better lift. Might as well not be slow and just sit and sink. Might as well get the hell out of there. So we'll just accelerate to 80 knots here. Look back, see some other players in here. Here's just some guy coming up on us. Well, it looks like he might be going into... He's flying a jet. Looks like he's flying... going into Hill Air Force Base. See if he'll buzz us. He might buzz us. Alright, so let's get over here, see what we do. Oh! Oh, very cool. Well, thanks for that. That's neat knowledge to have. Thank you for that. Yeah, that they're on the blue disc there on the wings right there, with the red circle in, that were used by the United States Army Air Corps. Yeah, I like the livery. I like that, so that's why I chose it. They pretty much got some ones that got some weird wraps and stuff on them, but I like this one. I thought this one was classic. But yeah, you get like 6 or 7 liveries with this, and this is just one of them here. All right, so we've lost now like 500 feet on our run, using up that altitude to get some speed and distance. I'm just thinking that this mountain right in front of us is going to have some good lift. It's going to have good thermal lift, and it's going to have good ridge lift. So that's where we're running to. We're going to sacrifice some altitude for this. So we're going to risk it here. What is that flashing down there? Is there a phone flashing down there? Yeah, there is. There's something flashing down. Where there? It's an airplane. It's not a player, but there's an airplane down there, going right underneath us. Yeah, right there. Check it out. There's another airplane. What's up, another airplane? Shoo! Come on. All right. Got this west wind. Come on. You know you want to give me some lift. Come on. There we go. It's not monster lift, but it's lift. All right, slow it down. Trim, trim, trim. See if we can find some lift. Here we go. Here we go. That's it. Nice, easy. Nice, smooth on the sticks now, Uncle Mike. Trim, trim, trim. Slow it down. There, come on. No, not sink. Lift. Come on. Yeah, livery is great. I'm enjoying it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Microsoft Flight Simulator is great. They got some great planes. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I talked about, just so you know, why I've been doing so much Microsoft Flight Sim lately is because tomorrow is the official start of Oshkosh AirVenture 22, world's largest aviation fly-in. And so just want to do a bunch of aviation stuff, because that was where I went to school and all that. Thought I was going to be in the aviation business, but I'm not. So I'm kind of into it with the hobby here of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but also here a week from today, I'm leaving for 2 weeks in real life. So I won't be putting any content up for those 2 weeks. I wanted to make sure I got content up. Plus, when I get back, Way of the Hunter is releasing August 13th, that Tuesday when I get back, so mid-August. And I'm also a hunter, so I'm looking forward to, oh yeah, we're in some good lift here. So I'm looking forward to playing that, and I'll be live streaming that. So I'll get back into doing other games. I just want to get a bunch of aviation content going on here because of Oshkosh, and just because it's a really good community. I'm really starting to really get in the community, because Friday was my first community fly-in with other players. We flew to Oshkosh from South Bend, Indiana, and that was a lot of fun. You can go on the official Microsoft Flight Simulator Twitch page and watch it. That was a lot of fun. So, okay, so basically between the two wars, really, right? So World War I and World War II is when that roundel was used out there that we've got up here on the wing. Very cool. Yeah, great. Thanks, chat. Yeah, thanks, Rex. That's amazing. All right, so we've got some not epic lift here, but we've got some pretty good lift. We're going about 300 feet per minute up on average. So we'll stick with this for a little bit because we're, like I said, we're 11,000. We just passed through 11,000 feet, so. Let's go ahead and trim. Save my thumb. Been holding back pressure there. Again, if you're interested, I am flying on the controller here with the left stick, so. But we're in sync now. Oh. All right, we gotta go find our lift. I'm out of the lift. There we go. All right, so we're gonna. Nice lift there. Okay. Let's see if we can. Let's do steep. Instead of do a steep turn, and see if we can stay in it. Come on. Come on, there we go. There we go, come on. Yeah. We don't really have it centered, but I'll take it, 400 up on average. Passing through 12,000 feet. There we go. Whoa! We just went through the wall of the thermal, man. We just hit. Oh! And it hits us. All right, let's go to this ridge chop here. Let's run here a little bit. Trim. Kind of getting on the back side of this ridge here. I want to get back on the front side of it, I think. We'll just use our altitude we gained there and just kind of get on the front side of this ridge here. Because we're kind of on the leeward side of the ridge with the way the wind is. That point of interest there over there at 1 o'clock. That should be Brigham City, I think. We can take a look over there. Yep, Brigham City, 15 miles away. And we are trying to get to Logan, so Logan that's Cavik Ranch. Okay. Coldwater, I don't see. Oh, I see Cavik Ranch. Okay, yeah. All right, trim. I've learned that from watching Blanco Lirio. Juan Brown is his name, but it's Blanco Lirio's channel. I've recreated one of his flights too. I think it was actually the second flight I did when he flew his Husky. We got a Husky in the game. You can check that out. But that's what he does. When he's flying, he's all like trim, especially on landing and stuff. And so I've learned that from his channel. That's the neat thing about all these in real life YouTube pilots and stuff. You learn from them. They're especially the ones that really talk while they're in the cockpit and stuff like that. So that's the ones I really like. Whether they're talking aviation or whether they're just talking about whatever, and they're just having a conversation with you. Ooh, big lift there. All right, I think at 12,000 feet, I think we're good. I think we're gonna need to be on the lookout now. So out on that ridge, somewhere out over here is Logan. That's where we're heading toward. I'm just gonna call it. That's what we're doing. I was thinking about just staying up, but I think now we're gonna have a destination, and the destination is Logan, which is another place that Bruno flies out of in his in real life videos. Again, you can find a link to his channel below. But he flies out of Logan, and he also flies out of Nephi. So we launched at Nephi with a 2,500 foot winch launch, and we followed the ridge here north all the way to Logan. I think that's pretty respectable, 100 and something miles. I think that gives you some type of badge or something in the FAI standards for soaring, or something like that. I think it gives you a badge, or maybe you got to complete, but I think one of them is like, I think you got to go more than 50 miles. I know one of them is, I think you got to stay up for like more than 5 hours, but I'm not really not right here. I'm not gonna for 5 hours, because right now we're over 2 hours and 11 minutes. We've been, so about 2 hours we've been up in the air with our discus 2C, made by Got Friends. It's on the Xbox Marketplace for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Ooh, big lift, big sink. I wonder what. Let's see where we're at. We're coming up on Brigham. Yep, that's probably just a water supply lake there for Brigham City. We're gonna follow this ridge up. It actually looks like Logan is out there. That's Logan out there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this ridge. We're gonna go over Brigham. That could be a backup. We're gonna try to use this ridge unless we find Monster Lift. If we find Monster Lift, then we'll circle in it, and then we'll just run, because Logan is at 4,500 feet. So we probably could just use our altitude that we've got right now and just run to Logan. Because Logan's probably 20 miles away or something like that. We'll see when we get up here, because that's what we're doing now. We're just running. But like I said, we're at 11,800 feet, so I would say we've got plenty. So we're gonna do Brigham, and then direct Logan here is what we're gonna try to do. So let me see here. Over here on Sky Vector. Yeah, see, we're just popping through just lift. So I mean, we're just gonna keep running here at 80 knots. So yeah, it's Logan's 17 miles away from Brigham. So the question is, shall we try to go direct Logan now and see what this does? Because we are basically, let's say what we're at. We're at 12,000 feet. So we're at 12,000 feet. So roughly we're 2 miles up. So eight and a half. So we're basically like, compared to Logan, we're like a mile and a half up. And so we've got now like 20, we would need to go like about what, 23 miles. So that's the ratio there. So, I say we do it. I say what the hell? I say we do this. All right, we're going direct Logan. We can always land in the field if we need to. So here we go. We're gonna go direct Logan. So a glide here from roughly 11,700 feet. We are just gonna keep the trim here at 80 knots and just go for it now. Hopefully we don't get too bad of rotors coming off that peak right there. Like I said, safe bet would have been probably to go around that, but no, we're gonna see what this is all about here. See what we can do. See what's gonna happen as we head now. So there's Brigham City. That's another thing that's real nice about the glider. You get it trimmed up, and yeah, it pitches up through sync and through the, you know, the lift and all that, but it pretty much has a very small oscillation. And so, well, there's some big old sink right there. Ooh. We're gonna run this. We're gonna see what happens. Right out there on the nose, that should be Logan. You can see why Logan's out there, because it's got its own set of nice ridges to fly along. So I don't think it's as good as Nephi, but very interesting. Neat road through right there, though, that we're passing over. Probably little lakes for water supply up here in the mountain for these little towns. There is Kavok Ranch. Trying to see what. Okay, sure. Sure. I don't know what kind of ranch that is, but all right, we're through 11,000 feet now. There it is. Logan's on the board. 15 miles. It's on the board. Logan, yep, Logan does. 135.275. One 135 275.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Automated Weather Observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 259er at 28. Visibility niner. Sky condition clear. Temperature 27C, dew point 13C. Altimeter 3080. Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Automated Weather Observation 2000 Zulu.
All right, let's see. Altimeter same 3080. Wind is still out of the west. So runway 28. All right, so runway 28 is what we're looking for here at Logan. I got an airport diagram so I can see runway 28. That's the little runway. Okay, gotcha. Runway 28. So we'll make a 12-mile kind of left base for runway 28 here. So, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch up on chat. You got a Colt, an Antonov AN2 Colt. That is amazing. Rex, that's amazing. Yeah, they've got some type of Russian-built, low-wing, single-engine, kind of an old-looking plane. I don't know if it's an Antonov. I bought it. It's pretty. It's fun because it's just like you look and everything's in Russian, and so you have to kind of figure out how to start it. But yeah, it's fun. But yeah, personally owning there, Rex in chat, personally owning a Antonov AN2 single engine biplane, that's amazing. Okay, I'm just familiarizing myself here with the airport. So I think what we'll do is we'll go direct Logan over field, take a look. But runway 28 is definitely probably going to be our runway because the wind is out of the west. looks like it's a neat approach because the approach actually comes over the main runway. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Was in the so your Antonov 2 was in the Polish Air Force from 1979 to 1989, and then it was modified in 91 when it was acquired by the Estonian Air Force, and then was decommissioned with the Estonian Air Force, and you got it in 2017. That is amazing. Yeah, I'm sure they've in the PC version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 they've got something like that. They'll continue to, you know, add more and more airplanes and stuff like that. But, you know, Microsoft's got its own, what do you want to call it, methodology of approving things in the marketplace. Like, I really thought we were going to get Oshkosh scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 for the Xbox this week, because usually they update the marketplace every Thursday evening, and we did, and I was actually quite disappointed. Because what it looked like on the PC, it looked amazing. They even have the flagmen out there in the grass when you landed Oshkosh, and so it looked great, but no. All right, so we're at 6,000 feet, but we got these bad boys out there on the wing. Oh yeah. So so we'll be able to get down quick. Oh yeah, I can actually see the runway. I can see what it looks like. Okay, I've already got runway in sight here. We can zoom in with our bionic eyes. Yeah, see?
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 04671 is on base runway 17.
17.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 04671 is on base runway.
Why is he landing on runway 17? Wasn't it 119,275? Oh no, 135,275.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Automated Weather Observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 259er at 28.
Yeah, 259er. It's fat and it's a hell of a blow. We're gonna basically like stop. Oh, that's cool. No, that's neat to have your own personal roundel has a tree in it. That's cool. All right. All right, let's get busy here. All right, any restrictions on pattern? No, not that I see. Looks like left is standard and all that kind of stuff. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, we're gonna fly over. We're just gonna be over the airport. That way we can just look down, get our bearings, then we can use, boom, those bad boys to get down. And here we are at Logan. We've been flying now for almost 2.5 hours.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 04671 is on final runway 17 to land.
17. I guess it might be favoring 17 rather than 35. So.
04671 3 miles north inbound ILS runway 17.
Okay. He's doing the ILS. That's generic, so that's like real. That's real data. I'm looking for him. Well, I guess since we're getting that, let's go ahead and announce our position, huh? So we're going to be a full stop and go ahead and announce our position.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Bravo, 43 miles southeast, 9,500 feet inbound to land runway 28.
Runway 28. That's our little runway right down there. Right there. There's our runway. Right down there. Of course, with the Xbox Series S, we're too high for it to start really loading in the scenery, so. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna circle. We'll head out here a little bit to the west, then we'll come back in, make a left downwind for runway 28. Yeah, oh yeah, we got this. We got this. There we go. We went from Nephi all the way to Logan, 120 something miles. I'm still looking for that generic on final, but I don't know. Oh, there he is. Yep, he's on final. Oh, I just saw him. Maybe when I zoom in, I saw his anti-smash lights. All right, let's get back in the cockpit. Let's go ahead and bring those bad boys out just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. All right. We'll just kind of circle overhead. We'll just let people know. We'll just announce our position.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Bravo. 41 miles east, 9,000 feet inbound to land runway 28.
All right, I'm just getting my bearings here. Yep, I see it. I see where we're landing. That's our approach in right there. Oh, hey, what's going on now? Where you going? Where you going, Bravo 4? Yep. Now they have a grass runway. Doesn't say they have grass runway. So yeah, we're gonna land on runway 28. Right there, right there. Yeah. All right, let's do where we at? Where we looking for? We're looking for field elevation 4,400 feet. Okay. We're passing through 8,000. Got the spoilers out a little bit, just nice descent here. Let's go ahead and kind of do a real extended crosswind for runway 28. We're looking right down at runway 10 here. There's the approach end of 10. Okay, coming in. Oh, but you're using the Ukrainian run. Oh, okay, gotcha. To promote support for the Ukraine. Gotcha. Very nice. Very cool. All right, that is amazing. All right, now we're gonna have some fun here. This might end up poorly. Whoa. Bring those back. Okay, I'm just gonna use the controller. All right.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 04671 is clear
Thank
on
you.
the runway.
Well,
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 04671 is clear on
thank
the
you.
runway.
Oh yeah. Doing a high speed approach. Passing through 6,000 feet. Remember,
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic November 4565 for 19 miles north inbound ILS runway.
man, everybody's shooting ILS.
Kilo Lima Golf Uniform Traffic Generic
All right,
November
pitch up.
45654 is on
Wish we were gonna do like a
runway 17 to land.
lazy 8 or a Chandonnel. Hands off. I'm not 0G. Can't stall an airplane that's in 0G. There we go. I see runway 28. Spoilers coming out. Gears coming down. There we go. Wingman check. Gear down. I see runway 28. Now remember, it's windy. There's a windsock right there. We're going right over the windsock. Got a little bit of a crosswind from the left. Welcome to Logan. There he is taxiing, I guess taxiing off. He's taxiing across the grass, but okay, good for him. I see runway 28. There we go. Welcome to Logan. Woo-hoo! What a flight. There we go. Kind of get off the runway here. That way. Scar up that right wing tip, but it's okay. There we go. There we go. Whew. That was amazing. Wow, there we go. We just did a flight from Nephi, Utah up to Logan, Utah, kind of recreating a flight by Bruno Vassel. And you can see his YouTube channel in the link down in the description below. But that was amazing. This is payware glider for Xbox Series S. Oh.
Uniform traffic, generic November 1077 Zulu 19 miles north inbound ILS runway 17.
Can I turn that off? There we go. And so it's payware. Glider is amazing, as you just saw here in this flight. Really a great addition to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 here on the Xbox Series S. So really considered it. It really changes really the whole flight sim experience and all that if you're really interested in it. So, but yep, thank you for coming along here this Sunday morning with me. And so subscribe if you haven't. Click that like button if you do. Come join me on a future live stream. And game on. I'm Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle. See you next time. Bye. Wow, that was amazing. All I can say is get the glider. It's so much fun. It's such a challenge, so great. Yeah. And I guess we're supposed to get better thermals and stuff on the next update. Wow.